Good morning, scholars. Today we're going to continue our way through Book 1 of Herodotus, looking at Chapter 11. This is where the queen confronts Gyges and launches the counterplot against Candaules. Tota mende huto uden de losasa hesukian ege. Hoste hemere takesta gone ton oiketeon tus malista hora bistus eonta heoite toi mus poi esamene kale ton gaigea hode uden dokeon auten ton praktenton epistastai elte kale omenos ote gar kai proste hokos he basilea kaleoi poitan hoste ho Gyges epiketo elege he gune tade nun toi duon hodon pa useon Gyge didome hyresen hokoteran bulea trapestai ga Candaulea apoktenas me te kaiten basile eke ten ludon auton se autika huto apotnesken de hosan me panta pe domenos Candaule du lopu ides ta me se de al etoi kenon get ton tauta puleusanta de apolesatai se ton eme gnumen de esamenon kai poiesanta nomes domina hode Gyges deos men apetomazde ta legomena metade hiketeu me anagae en diakrinai toyaten hyresen uk onde epete al hora anagai en aletheos prokemenen ton despotia apollunai auton hup alon apollustai hyretai autos perienai eperota de legon tade epe me anagazdes despotea ton emon denen uk etelonta pere accuso teo kai tropoi epikeresomen autoi hede hupolabusa epe ek tu autu men koriu he horme estai hoten per kai egenos epidexato gumnen hupopnomenoi de he epikereses estai. Okay, so tota mende huto uden de losasa hesukian ege hoste hemere takesta egegone ton oiketeon tus malista hora pistus eonta he oite he toimus poiesamene gale ton gaigea. So the law is to show or reveal. Hesukien eken is to remain quiet, to remain cool. Hos takista as soon as. hos takista, and oiketes is a domestic servant. So, tota mende huto uden de losasa hesukien eke, hos de hemere takista egegone, ton oketeon tus malasta hora pistus eontas heoite, et doimus poie samene, et galee ton Gyges. Hode uden dokeon autein ton prektenton epistas tai, elte kaleomenos, et ode e gar kai proste, hokos he basilea kaleoi boitan. So, ta prekdenta is our first aorist passive participle, of course substantivized by the ta. It's from preso, attic with the long a, prato, to do. So ta prekdenta are the things that have been done or were done. Otea is imperfect. We have it in the third person singular. To be accustomed to do. So Gyges was accustomed. And this takes the infinitive. Boitan. And he was accustomed to go regularly. Hokos he basilea kaleoi. Now hokos is our indefinite of hos, pos, so it really boils down to under any circumstances whatsoever. However, under any circumstances when the queen would call. So here we have to look at Smythe 24:14 to understand what's going on. And he writes, in temporal sentences of indefinite frequency, the temporal clause has the optative, when the principal clause has the imperfect or any other tense denoting past customary or repeated action. So our he was accustomed, poitan, to go, hokos he basilea kaleoi, whenever the queen might call. So hode, dokeon auten, ton prakventon epistas tai, elte kaleomenos, e ote e gar kai proste, hokos he basilea kaleoi boitan. Hoste hoi Gyges apiketo, elege he gune tade. Nun toi duon, hodon par e useon, Gyge didome iresen, hokoteren bulei trapestai, ega Candaules apoktenas, eme te kaiten basile en eke ten ludon, e auton se autica huto a bothnesken de, hos an me banta be dominos Candaules tu loipu, ides da me se de. So an hodos, feminine, is a path or a road. Tropomai, in Attic it would be with epsilon, trepomai, but tropomai is to turn one steps into. Tulopu is an adverbial, meaning henceforth or in the future. Ides, of course, is the subjunctive of edo, to see. And tamasete, what one ought not to. That's equivalent to ta anoma, which Gyges pleaded with Candaules not to force him to do. So, hos de ho Gyges apiketo, Elege he gune dade. Nun toi duon hodon pa use on Gyges. Dido me hyresen. Hokoteren bulea trapestai. Ega Candaulea apotenas emete kaiten basileien eke ten lidon. Auton se autica huto apotnesken de. Hosan me panta pe domenos Candaules tu loipu. Ides ta me se de. Al etoi genon geton tauta buleusanta de apolustai se ton eme gumnen de esamenon kai poesanta nomes domina. So buleuo is to plan. Here we have, of course, the aorist, first aorist participle in the singular accusative, buleusanta, and it hooks up, of course, with kenon ton buleusata, the one who had planned all this. And nomes domina, again, is equal to anoma, what is lawless. So, ala etoi, kenon ge ton tauta buleusanta de apolustai, se ton eme gumnen de esamenon kai poiesanta nomes domina. So, Gyges is forced with this either or. Hode Gyges, teos men apetaomazde ta legomena, metade, hikete ue me men anakai en dein diakrinai toyauten hyresen. So, teos, for a time, just adverbio. Apotaomazdo, with an omega, whereas in Attic you would have the alpha upsilon, which is to marvel at, thaumazdo, apotaumazdo. So he was amazed at what she was saying. Hike dauo is to beg as a suppliant, like one who's pleading a god or someone much more powerful than themselves for mercy or help. Anankai is an adverbial dative by force, and deo is to require, and diakrino is to decide, and hyresen, choice, is a cognate accusative. That is to say, where the verb takes an object and they both have related meanings. So to choose a choice, something like that. Toyauten, such a type of choice. So hode Gyges, teos men, apetaumazde ta legomena, metade, hiketeue me men anakai en de en diakrine toyaute hyresen. Uk on de epete, al hora anakai en aleteos prokemenen, ton despotea apolunai, auton hub alon apolustai, hyretai autos perienai. So peto, of course, here in the active is to persuade. He didn't persuade her. He was not persuasive. Uk on de episthe, al hora, from horao, but he saw. Truly, aletheos, and then apolunai apolustai, to kill or be killed. So you have to pay attention to these infinitive forms, active and passive, respectively. Apolunai apolustai. This is a good one to repeat to oneself to try to get the sense of active versus passive in one's mind, by virtue of the infinitive endings. Hyreomai in the middle is to choose. Peri Eme is simply to survive or to live. So uk onde epete, al hora anakaien aletheos prokeimenin, auton despotea apolunai, auton hupalon apolustai, hairetai autos perienai. Epeirota de legon tade, epe me anankasdes despotea ton emon tenein, uk et elonta, bere akuso, de o kai tropoi, epikere somen autoi. So epeirotao is to ask, anakasdo is to force X to do Y. So we have those infinitives that follow. And epikereo, followed by a dative object, is to attack or to kill, literally to set hand to. And an epikeresis, feminine, is the attack, the assault, the attempt, which we'll see very soon in the noun form. So epeirota de legontade, epe me anakasdes despotea tonemon tenein uk et elonta, pere akuso, teo kai tropoi, epikere somen autoi. Epikere somen, of course, is the future. Hede hupolabusa epe, ek tu altumen koriu, he horme estai, hoten per kai ekenos eme epedexato gumnen, hup nomenoi de he epikeresis estai. So hupolambano is to answer. This is used in Plato all the time when they're going back and forth. Hede hupolabusa epe, and she answering said. Korion is a place or a space. So again, we have that predicate placement of auto. Ek tu altumen koriu. Horme is an assault or attack. Epidek nume is to show off. So epidek sato is our aorist form, first aorist. And hup no menos is a perfect passive participle from hup no. So while he's asleep, sleeping. So hup no menoi de he epike reses estai. The attack shall be against him sleeping while he sleeps. Okay, so here we have a modern picture of this narrative, this bit where here Gyges is on his knees pleading to the queen, and these appear to be like puppet figures. I'm not sure, but it's a nice modern rendering of these. We've seen so many ancient ones. Okay, so that's the end of that. We'll have a video following this to deal with the particles of this passage because I didn't want to make it too long. Enjoy building your Greek. I look to see you again soon, and please do think about becoming a financial supporter on Patreon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.